What's going on, guys? It's Alex from Fitment Industries.
It's Andrew. What's up? What's up?
And we're on another episode of This or That. It's got to be like 8
Episode
now.
8.
That's a lot of episodes. That's
So
way
many
more than I
episodes.
was actually planning on us ever really doing.
It's a lot. It's a good series. It's fun. Good times.
And we enjoy the comments as well. So if you guys didn't know, all you have to do is drop a comment of 2 things, either this or that, and we'll pick our favorites. You can upvote, downvote, whatever you want to do, and then we'll pick our top like 8 to 10 and we'll talk about them.
Yeah, we did a little shorter series of questions this time around, so we didn't go on too many lengthy tangents, so we'll see what today brings. And we got our guest wheel with us today. That's the Rotiform RSE in the gunmetal finish. Nice little multi-spoke with
Super
some concave.
popular wheel.
Everyone's
Super
rocking this
popular
one.
wheel. This is like the most popular wheel, I think, like out of a lot of them right now.
LASR
Jasper had a
RSE.
set of these,
Yep.
didn't he? Yeah,
Yep.
RSEs, yep. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Number
get
one.
into the this or that.
Then of course, the choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, cause this is where it's at.
What's question 1?
Question 1 comes from Brian Garcia, MR2 or FIERO?
Yeah, so yeah, see, here's the thing. Didn't FIERO start on fire?
I was gonna say, one of them could possibly kill you and burn you to death, and the other one, you'll probably
People mistake for
you'll
a
get
Ferrari.
mad props in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the MR2. I just think they're such cool, neat cars. And then the fact that like a lot of people are still modifying them to like crazy horsepower numbers to like 650, 700 horse. Like to me, it's just like, and they last forever.
Runs forever.
Yeah.
Second gen MR2 all day. First gen, cool, boxy, neat. Second gen, they look amazing. Third gen, it's a fake Porsche Boxster looking vehicle.
Yeah, the third gen is weird,
Yeah.
but we won't.
Yeah.
The third gen is like the MR2 nobody should ever talk about. Like ever.
FIEROs are pretty cool for what they are, but I just don't see a lot of them done. There's one video, we saw one video.
Yeah.
There's a guy that has a Stancy one, it's black. It's pretty cool. It's the only cool FIERO I've ever seen. I hate to be that guy, I'm not trying to be mean, but.
My dad had one when he was young and it still can't convince me that I think that they're that cool.
I don't like the interior either. Anyways.
Sorry.
Question 2 comes from Paris Rana. Would you rather do AERO first or coilovers?
Allergies. Coilovers, gotta drop it.
Yeah, why would you
Drop it down.
Why would you have AERO on a that doesn't make any sense. I don't even have to have my eyes open.
If you do a body kit and your car does not have lowering springs or coilovers, you're magnifying the wheel gap like 10 times fold. It's just like
the side skirt goes down like an extra 4 inches. So instead of it just looking like a little bit of curve, now it looks like the Half Moon Lake is like somewhere in between your front fender. No, absolutely go to the coils first.
Lower it
then
first.
do the AERO.
Yep.
Question 3 comes from Camaro ZL1. Underrated wheels or overrated wheels?
Why don't you go first on this one?
I'm one of those guys that I enjoy doing something different. So a overrated wheel or a super popular style, you're expecting to see that stuff each car show season.
Yeah.
There's a hot style, there's a hot brand. I'd rather be the dude that like rolls up, like boom, and yeah, once again, perfect example, dope wheel, but I went with those radiates because not a lot of people have. I haven't seen a single dude at another show yet with those wheels.
That's true.
So I'd rather like roll in and they're like, yo, what are those,
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty valid. I guess for me, just to kind of, not play devil's advocate, but to me, there's always a reason that something is extremely popular. And it's usually not just because of blind luck. Like a lot of wheels out there, Enki RPF 1s are some of the most popular, affordable, sport compact, lightweight cast wheels that exist on the market by far. So buying a set pretty much guarantees you like you're getting a good wheel. So just because something popular doesn't inherently make it like, I don't know, like counter scene-ish. I would go with more popular as long it was for the right reasons.
Sure.
So it's not a popular wheel just because somebody decided to make it popular. It's popular because like the function is good, or it's just a strong wheel, or it's like a cool design that's original or something like that. Is what I would say.
Yeah, bang for your buck. What does your budget look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go out in a lot of directions with that.
That's true.
Question 4 comes from Eric Corona. Large rims on American Muscle or classic rims?
To me, there's nothing cooler than having small wheels on an American Classic that's like mini tubbed.
Craigers, brother.
Meaty ass, like wide tires. Like just almost pretty much touching from one side of the car to the other side of the car with those tiny little, I think they're like speed lights. They're like 14 by 4s in the front, and then they're 14
Jags.
by flipping like 15 in the back.
JG Edelbrock.
Yeah, they're cool. All right,
I'm just
cool.
naming parts
all right?
out
then
of like
you've
a
got,
Summit catalog.
Then Summit Racing. Then you have like, it's just, you got the cool rake, you got the small wheels. I just think it looks proper. I love the look of like American domestic, small wheeled, ready to roll, drag style cars. That's just my thing.
Totally agree with what you're saying.
Except you're wrong.
Except you're wrong. Here's the thing. We're aftermarket wheel guys. You should put cool aftermarket wheels on it. So, you know, mad props to the dudes that do the fully full restoration from paint to interior to wheels. It looks OEM, replica, whatever. Like, I want to put something different on it. A wheel that shouldn't fit on the vehicle. You roll up and they're like, whoa, like what are those? You know what I mean? And you can do that tastefully. There's certainly people that, you know, they do the ridiculously oversized wheels that are obnoxious, but I'm gonna lower that thing. Like, give me an old Trans Am or Camaro. I'm gonna drop it, put it on some like massive like 3-piece wheels and snap some necks, bro. Hell yeah, brother.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Forgiatos.
You stop talking about Forgiatos and you stop talking about huge wheels.
Pirelli Assassins.
Question 5 comes from Sean Fugate. Sound system in trunk or airbag setup in your trunk?
I know what you're gonna say.
Oh. Have you seen my trunk?
I'm so glad you took the functionality of a wagon and just decided you're like, you know, that's nice and all, but an air system looks so much cooler.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have a massive roof box to throw all my junk in, which has been great.
Which, by the way, if you've seen A-Man's roof box, there is a lot of stuff in that. There is so much stuff in that. We went to a car show and you had everything needed just right in that roof.
Snacks, chairs, Frisbee, airline brass fittings, car care products. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna do an air build. The thing that I enjoy seeing more, and we've talked about this before, is the trunk setups people are doing now with hard lines, you know, the hardwood floors, Alcantara leather, whatever. It's just, it's insane. I would rather see that because I'm not such a big, massive stereo guy.
Yeah.
I enjoy good sound, like obviously I DJ, I enjoy that, but I don't need to see like 87 speakers molded into something.
Yeah.
Like, show me your air setup.
I guess I would probably be more of an air guy too. I've never been a really big sound guy. I have bought like speakers and things like that, but I have never gone out and thought about how big of a box can I put in my back seat so that like the entire car shaking where it's like and
so bad.
And then the license plate is doing the thing and there's only one screw holding the whole thing together and it's on like a 2002 Grand Am, not the GT, and you're just wondering like why? I've
seen this before.
Why is it making this noise? Air system all day, absolutely.
Yep.
Question 6 comes from the Shadow Owl. Stock exhaust, a loud muffler, or no muffler?
So what you're asking is, how cheap do you actually want to go with your exhaust? You got to put a muffler on your car, man.
Please put a muffler on your car.
Please put a muffler on
Don't be the
your
guy
car.
like driving around pissing your neighbors off.
The good news is that like if you go to a what are they called? Thank you. If you go to a junkyard, you can find a high performance muffler like anywhere for 40, 50 bucks.
Yeah, so do performance exhaust or please run some sort of a muffler for the love of God.
Put a whoopee cushion on the end of it. All right, next question.
Question 7 comes from Francisco Torres. AIRLIFT or ACCUAIR?
So hard.
That's a video in and of itself.
Oh yeah. We should do a video.
Because that's like the only two companies I've ever heard where like it's competitive in nature, but it's not cutthroat like other companies usually are when you talk about their competitor.
There's so many similarities, a little bit of differences. They're both pushing the envelope. AIRLIFT just dropped 3S. We're excited to see what exactly that is. Of course, ACCUAIR has the CVT endo tank.
Yep.
We saw that at SEMA, and the technology, these guys are just going head to head. Both of their marketing is killer. You know, but you see more high-end exotic cars on ACCUAIR. You see more standard kind of stuff on AIRLIFT. You know, so where do you draw the line? What makes it better?
I just always feel like ACCUAIR is like the cool little trendy brother that like comes out with all of like the cool stuff stuff. Like ACCUAIR and their endo tanks, I just can't get over the fact that they're like putting it all in a tank.
It's wild.
But then at the same time, AIRLIFT has done it since the dawn of time. For like 50, 60, 68 years almost, they have made AIRLIFT suspension components. So it's like people will often run ACCUAIR management system with AIRLIFT products and AIRLIFT components. So we might actually just like reach out to both companies and see if they will allow us to do a friendly competition.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. That'd be a cool video to do in itself. Like obviously I know AIRLIFT from running it. All my buddies have AIRLIFT. I don't know, I've never ran ACCUAIR to make that judgment call. So where I sit right now, I would say AIRLIFT, but give me an ACCUAIR kit, let me tinker with it for, you know, a little while. And who knows, I could change my mind.
Yeah.
Good question.
True.
So the last question, question 8, comes from Jesus. Built engine or engine swap?
That's a good one too, isn't it?
On the count of 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Swap.
Engine swap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's nothing cooler than having a different motor in a car, because it blows everyone's mind when you open up the hood and what's supposed to be there is not there. You've ever pulled up to a Cars and Coffee and you look at a Mazda Miata and it's on stock wheels, stock tires, and you're like, how in the hell did this thing get into Cars and Coffee? Then you see the hood is popped open, so you go wander over there, right? And it's got a 5-liter V8, and you're just instantly blown away at the fact that there's a 5-liter in the Miata. Datsun 240, 260, 280Zs having 2JZ or 350, best thing to ever happen to the car, even though purists are gonna get mad at that. But engine swaps are the coolest thing ever, I think.
Yeah, it's the wow factor. Like you said, you pop the hood, you have no idea what to expect. And you know, so many people can do turbo kits and intakes and tunes and stuff like that, but when you swap a motor, it's just more, it's more bragging rights, it's more pride, you went through the experience, and it's something unique.
But just no reliability goes right out the window. You never know what's gonna happen with an engine swap.
Don't bring it to the dealer.
Yeah, don't, bad idea.
That's it, huh? That's a wrap.
Is that all 8?
Dang,
that one
fast.
fist.
Yeah.
Fist. That one fist.
First.
That went really fast. Wow, okay. So that is our next episode of This for That, This or That. Corey confused me because he walked in. What were we talking about? Drop a comment on what you'd like us to talk about next, right? We'll do another episode in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Don't forget to check out fitmentindustries.com. Don't forget to check it out too in case you need
AIRLIFT, coilovers, wheel accessories, tires.
AIRBAG,
Yep, see you later.
All right, peace.
Bye.